Hello, YouTube. Hello. We're live. And it is the sound live with coffee and with special guests. That's right. I have with me today Jennifer Valaquette. Jennifer is a music teacher. She plays flute and saxophone, and she does all kinds of really cool classical music. Why don't you tell everybody about your latest project, Jennifer?
Hi, thanks, Matthew. I'm trying to decide actually what song to do, and so I'm still working on some quartets, but I'm trying to do like a solo, and I haven't decided yet, but something will be up soon. So,
Awesome. Well, that's cool.
thanks, Matthew.
Oh, absolutely. And also with me today, I have rock singer and musician Evelyn Holland. How you doing, Eve? Why don't you tell everybody about your latest project?
I'm working on the third record for the Keys of Solomon project. I just tracked some bass and some keys this weekend after coming back from the beach. So that's moving forward. And other than that, yeah, I just joined the Magdalene, and they're currently training me on the songs. So hopefully, maybe later in the year, I'll be playing shows with them.
Cool. You'll be rocking out again. That's awesome.
Yep.
I want to get out and play so bad. Now, getting to work. So, we have a lot of Alip Bata requests, and this is a double feature. The Alip is going to be the second half, so all my Alipers, stick around. I've got my cold brew here I'm drinking. We've got Khalifa coffee, yeah, and I got my Nightwish hoodie. That's right, shout out to Nightwish. I love you guys, man. I did a reaction to Nightwish yesterday. More Nightwish is coming in the future. All right, so we're going to start off. This one was hard to find. People were saying if I liked Alip Bata's cover of Another Day by Dream Theater so much, I should check out his Fatal Tragedy cover. And then it was gone. It's not on. It was not on his channel. I had to search for it, and then I eventually found it. But I want to make sure that you guys know this original song first. And the cool thing is this Alip Bata cover is really short. It's like a minute. So the original song is a lot longer. You're going to hear, and I'm making it special. This is something I've never heard. This is the live version from the last tour. And so it's a modern, updated version of this song that I've never heard before. So without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Fatal Tragedy by Dream Theater from Distant Memories, live in London. Here we go!
Alone at night, I feel so strange. I need to find
That venue right there looks similar to the one I saw
all
them at
the
St. Paul,
answers to
and
my dream.
which was the Orpheum Theater. That's what it was.
When I sleep at night, I hear the cries. What does this mean?
Labrie was on fire that night on the side note.
I shut the door and travel to another home. I met an older man, he seemed to be alone. I found that I could trust him, he talked to me that night. Like, did you know what girl was what I hear?
That part right there is like one of the hardest parts of the song.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, those unison lines are pretty great. This was yeah, it was the first time they brought him in from Littleton experiment stuff. Yeah, that I love the stand.
really sounds like
There's not enough guitar. Keyboard.
Now it is time to see how you die. Remember that death is not the end, but only a transition.
so cool.
Okay, so Jennifer, you're the one reacting to that song. What do you think?
I loved it, especially the keys, because I'm a piano player, so I just love watching their hands going, and then the guitar player is like making it look so easy. you know,
Yeah.
that was just amazing, and I loved the keys in the beginning of the song, and then it just kind of rocked out. You know what I mean? After that, it was beautiful, awesome.
Absolutely. And what do you think, Eve?
Having had previous knowledge of the song and Scenes from a Memory being one of my favorite records of all time. Yeah, no, it was a great performance, and it definitely is on par with the St. Paul performance. It seems like they were on fire that entire tour. The entire band. Although I gotta say, I wasn't a fan of Mangini until I saw them live
Mm-hmm.
doing the entire Scenes from a Memory, and then they did a set with a bunch of their new stuff from Distance Over Time.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Mangini's a beast of a drummer. I mean, like I've said, and I mean, this is just drum chops alone. Anybody trying to fill Mike Portnoy's spot is going to have a hell of a time. Okay, because
Yeah.
he's just a legendary drummer at this point. The big loss was not in drum chops because Mike Mangini is comparable. I'm not saying he's as good, okay? I'm not saying that,
Yeah,
but he's comparable. The big loss was background vocals and songwriting.
yeah, I
Because-
would have to
because-
agree.
Because Mike Portnoy is a good singer.
Right.
He's a good growler, and those background vocals used to have John Petrucci and Mike Portnoy.
Yep.
And so if that song was missing one thing, it was Mike Portnoy's backing vocal. Other than
Yeah.
that, it was perfect. I'm being. There's a billion notes in that song, and they were all right. They were all exactly perfect. It was so much fun. I
It
get to see
was.
that live. Not this tour, but I've got to see Dream Theater twice live, and both times were with Mangini. I saw them both times in Florida, and the first time was the first tour they did with Mangini with their first new album. Blanking on it, and then I also saw them again when they did the Astonishing tour, which I loved the Astonishing, and then they did an abbreviated version of the Astonishing, and then on top of that, they did 3 encores.
Wow.
They did As I Am, they did Pull Me Under, and then they did The Spirit Carries On, which is probably my
So
all-time favorite song of all songs.
I kind of want to see that sometime and react to it. That'd be fun.
Okay, we will.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
I do a cover of it sometimes. Maybe I'll do it for you on Thursday. Okay.
Yay.
So the last thing about that I wanted to say was just that I didn't see Jordan play the guitar on that before. Like, I don't remember him doing that when I saw that song live. So that was really cool. Seeing the guitar. Any other comments about this Dream Theater video before we try the Alip cover and see how this all ties together?
No, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So, Alip Bata is going to do this in a minute? What?
Oh my god.
He's gonna. I mean, obviously he's not gonna do the whole song, but what? What?
I can't wait to see this.
This video was deleted from the internet. You're not allowed to see it because of copyright. It had too many views. It was too popular. And so the record company shut it down. And they said, no, you cannot watch Mr. Bata doing this. It's too good. What? Really?
He is too good though. He's awesome.
He's not. It's an advertisement for the band, the record label. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a short video though, like I said.
Yeah.
You guys have anything you want to say before we start this thing?
I'm super excited to see him.
Yeah, I mean, under a minute, I'm honestly a little skeptical, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Without further ado, musicians panel reacts to Alip Bata's acoustic guitar fingerstyle cover of Fatal Tragedy by Dream Theater originally. Here we go!
Wow. That
was
was
part of it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. What do
Yeah.
you think? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely like, and I don't want to say why, but I could relate to a lot of those words that he was putting up there for a reason. You know the reason, Matthew, but like,
Well,
but yeah, it's great. His playing was amazing as usual.
there's definitely stalking going on in Scenes from a Memory. There's a murder and mayhem and
Yeah,
all
that's not what
kinds
I
of stuff
relate.
that goes on in that story.
That's not what I relate to. Not that part, but you know.
So I'm not going to spoil it for you, Jennifer. But
Yeah.
if you want to lay down and make yourself comfortable, put on some headphones and just go for the ultimate head trip. You could watch a live version if you want. I recommend just putting on the album version of Dream Theater's Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from Memory, and just take the ride. I
Heck
mean,
yeah.
it's
I'm
it's
writing that
as
down.
good as Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, and that is hard. That is a bar that it is hard to make to meet.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
have to agree. It's Scenes from a Memory is in the metal world is on par with Opus Blackwater Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. I wish I wanted to see Alip do more of that.
I
The
know.
only thing about it was that it was over. I thought the melodic, the way he was doing those bass lines, it was just so gorgeous, and the way he was mixing it all together, and oh man, I was just so impressed with that. And then he had it going, and the groove was kicking, and then it just I wonder why. Maybe he didn't ever upload the whole song, or maybe if they only kept a clip because that's all they could get through the gates without it getting blocked. I don't
Hmm.
know.
Yeah. Who knows?
I
Good.
Or yeah, no, I was gonna agree with you on that. I assume because the way that you were explaining it before, it does sound like uh, it was cut off there to just kind of breeze right around that copyright claim.
Yeah.
Copyrights, man.
I think it's because of that too.
Yeah, I've been dealing with the blocking a lot. If I figured out that if I make the videos small enough and whatever, sometimes I'll only get blocked in like Cuba, Iran, North Korea, and
Hmm.
Syria instead of like being blocked in the whole world. And sometimes I just have to take that, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, sucks, but I guess these embargoed countries aren't going to get my video. Um,
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, back to Elite Bata. We're gonna have to do the Zoom room roulette here. So,
Oh yeah.
is there any more comments about the technical wizardry that was in that? Because I just loved it. It was so
He's
smooth.
just yeah. He's just amazing. He makes it look so easy, and I just love watching him.
Yeah, no, the fact that he can incorporate both the chords and the vocal line is pretty impressive to
And the
me.
bass.
Yeah, and the bass for that matter.
I mean, there's never any bass lacking in any
Mhm.
Elite Bata arrangement. There's never for a moment. And of course, it's not the same as having a full bass guitar or an upright bass or a keyboard bass even. Okay, sure, you're an octave higher, but like the way he plays his dynamics, he hits it with the right balance, and so it doesn't feel like it's missing a bass guitar. Like the Doors, the Doors didn't have a bass player, right?
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
anybody ever notice that? I mean, the keyboard player was kicking bass pedals and stuff. It's not the same. But their music was good enough, and the guitar player filled in some of that bottom end on the guitar, and so
Hmm.
nobody ever noticed that they didn't have a bass player.
They
Right.
did have they did have a bass player like later in their later years,
Oh,
but
okay, they
yeah,
did later.
yes.
At least in the main years that I was just an example that popped in my head.
Right, yeah,
And in the
yeah.
Yeah.
movie, that's where I got most of my information about the Doors. I'll be honest. Is there was that they didn't have a bass player in the movie, so
Yeah, no, I mean it's one more I guess one more facet of the band that they didn't have to worry about. And Ray Manzarek, yeah, I think we should examine some of the Doors stuff sometime.
definitely
Yeah. That'd be fun.
incredible keyboard player. Definitely great compositions, and the poetry was always really good.
Hmm.
The only thing about the Doors was because Jim Morrison disintegrated, they kind of disintegrated, and this discussion is definitely disintegrated from Dream Theater
Yeah.
to Elite Bata all the way to the Doors. We're like way off in left field. We got lots more coming up for you guys. Thank you everybody who's been watching. Please like. We need lots of thumbs up so lots of people see this on the flip around. We need you guys, please share this stream out, little Twitter, Facebook, whatever you're into, would all really help. And subscribe. First of all, subscribe to Jennifer's music page. Jennifer's awesome saxophone
Thank
and
you.
flute player. Make sure you check her out and give her thumbs up views and shares and subscribes. And the same thing for Evelyn Holland. They're going to be in the description, so you can find their links right down below. That's right. Give Evelyn a subscribe. She's going to be having some new content coming out, including the restreams of these React videos. So stay tuned to both of their channels for it. And also, of course, we'll have it here too. Matthew's Music Lessons Studio. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lessons Studio. And you can get bonus content from my podcast. You can get downloads of music. And you can also get extra pull with your requests, because I'm getting further and further behind. I'm like 6 weeks behind on videos now. It's crazy. If you want to get yours slipped in advance, you got to go to Patreon. Also, MatthewsMusicLessonsStudio.com for your music lessons. I teach voice, saxophone, guitar, and ukulele. You hit me up at Matthew's Music Lesson Studio, where you get to record the lessons and keep them. Thank you for joining us on The Sound Live.
Just want to say thank you, Matthew, for having us.
Yes, thank you.